Hello everyone and welcome to HackerTV, our in-house podcast for Rajasthan's biggest hackathon AceHack. और इस साल हम ला रहे हैं AceHack का फोर्थ एडिशन AceHack 4.0 and इस बार हमारा theme है cyberpunk which is very interesting, so please go ahead and check that out. And we have officially closed our registrations and I just want to say thank you everyone for the overwhelming response. It has been great. एंड दोस्तों अगर आपको किसी भी चीज को लेके रिगार्डिंग एसहैक कोई भी डाउट या क्वेरीज है तो प्लीज जॉइन आवर डिस्कॉर्ड सर्वर एंड रेज अ टिकट देयर. हमारी टीम विल गेट बैक to you and solve your problem as soon as possible. And don't forget to follow us on social media so that you don't miss out on anything for this amazing 24-hour hackathon experience where you'll not only code and build but also innovate, elevate, and transform your levels to the next year. I'm your host Biraj, and this is the 21st episode of Hacker TV. Our guest today is a software developer who is currently developing his own project, Nexus, and who has also been a part of multiple hackathons, Mr. Devansh Singh Parmar. Hi, Devansh.
Hello. Hello. Thank you, Biraj, for that amazing introduction.
Yeah,
And
hi, how are you doing?
yes, I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm good, I'm good. And so let's get things started. Firstly, can you introduce yourself and share what inspired you to merge AI with web development in the Nexus base that you call it?
Right. All right. So, hey everyone, this is Devansh, and I'm a high school student, as well as I'm also building my startup that Biraj mentioned, Nexus. And also, I'm working as a community manager with Reskill as well. And so, the thing uh, we all have been, it's been a disaster journey since 2023, I would say. Like 2023 when ChatGPT launched, and since then a lot of AI agents and AI tools have started launching. But we all know that somewhere in the backend they only use ChatGPT and their APIs or something, whatever you say. So, but I won't say that's a bad idea to make it a startup. But there was so much to go, figure out throughout the AI agents and everything. So
Yeah.
we cannot keep a track of all of them, right? So you just imagine you want to remove a background from your image. Okay, so you will just search on Google to how to remove the background from the image using AI, particularly. So there's so much hectic for that. So I decided, only then I decided to create a hub of AI tools.
Yeah.
So basically you can access all the AI tools in just a single place, so you don't have to go there and here and pay for multiple plans and everything. Yeah, that's how I got inspired about this idea.
Your story is truly amazing and very inspiring for everyone, I think. And I'm sure जब आपने start किया होगा Nexus base को build करना, you must have run into a number of problems, right? And you
Right.
overcame them, right? So what were those key challenges in integrating AI models into a full stack application, and how did you really tackle them?
Huh. All right. So I didn't, integrated a whole AI model into my project. So what I did was I just gathered uh, Google API keys or something, of course, keys.
Yeah.
So I just made projects from them, but different projects in a single place was just the whole inspiration. And
Okay.
initially I started building a project planner thing
Mhm.
where you can just plan your project with just a single prompt. So that uh, what made us to the finalist in
Mhm.
the AceHack 3.0 previous year.
Yeah.
And also, uh, if you'll just talk about challenges, the main challenges that I faced was that the whole team faced was designing part, because
Yeah.
we just in middle of the hackathon ये पता चल गया था कि if we'll just present the project, it's not gonna be enough. It's not even the 50% of the what we were supposed to do that day. So since then we started focusing on design a lot to impress the judges and everything, because I didn't had any experience with designing part, nor with the UI UX. So luckily team members had some experience, but that was a very challenging part in the hackathon. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a and your story again. I'm just gonna say this one thing because I truly believe it is that your story is really amazing, and the way you mentioned you tackled your problems is also very commendable. So
yes,
now a lot of people are getting into full stack these days और जब भी कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी की कोई भी बात होती है तो then integration of AI into that technology comes into the picture automatically these days and काफी लोग थोड़ा बहुत confused रहते हैं whether to use pre-trained AI models or build custom ones from scratch. So how do you decide whether to use a pre-trained model or build a custom one for your web application?
okay. So look, like if the whole idea is not just about model, your AI model, so it's a very good option to use a pre-trained model because again, it's there are multiple factors for that. Like you
Yeah,
have more data availability. You can actually analyze the customer behavior
yeah,
using that, and there's like user expertise and everything in a pre-trained model, right? But when you go for uh, building a model on own, you have a lot of challenges, and you don't have a time in a hackathon specifically for that thing. And if we'll talk about building your project, not in the hackathon, but uh, as a side project, it's still a good option to use a pre-trained model because if your project is just focusing on AI tools or AI agents, you will only use the pre-trained model because again, they are more reliable, they are more sustainable because they have the huge data and everything already done. But there's some issues with that as well, like data privacy and everything.
yeah,
Like you are sending your own data to a server somewhere in the world you don't even know about. So yeah, data privacy concerns are there, but still the pre-trained model will outcome oversmart the thing if you will build your own model. Unless you have to create the AI model on your own, that's like main MVP of your project.
yeah. Yeah, that was a great advice. Now, when use AI generated content in your application, it's also very important to keep in mind that it has broader applications in the future, right? And
Right.
let's so I just want to know what strategies do you use to ensure that AI generated content or decisions remain accurate and reliable in a real time application on a broader scale.
Right. Okay. So if you're using a pre-trained model, you are not, already there's a 90% chances you will not get a, uncomfortable answer or something like that. But to just overcome that 10% possibility, you
Yeah,
can use schemas or such things to pass on and get if the answer is something like undesirable or everything, you will just reject the answer in the backend
yeah,
only. You will not let it render on the client side. So yes, you can do that. But if you're creating a model on your own, then there are higher possibilities and there are multiple circumstances you can there. Like you can just change the whole data. You can prefer more accurate data from
yeah.
reliable sources like Wikipedia or government websites etc. So yes, in that case the accuracy and everything will increase. But if you're using a pre-trained model, you don't have much things in your hand.
Right.
Rel-
So you've been a part of multiple hackathons, and in here we essentially talk about strategies that we use in hackathons. So in a hackathon, how do you quickly prototype an AI-powered web app while also ensuring that its scalability and performance are efficient?
okay, pretty interesting question first of all. Like to just quickly prototype any application, not just AI powered applications, any application, you should be focusing on your MVP,
Right.
and you know the you should prioritize the core functionalities of your project. Like if you want to create a healthcare based application that books the ambulance quickly, so you just have to first of all focus on that part where you are booking an ambulance quickly, and then you will go broad. And if you have time left, first of all, if you have time left, you can just make a map or something like that later on. But you have to prioritize your core functionalities first of all, to build a prototype as quickly as you know as quickly as I'm not getting a good example. All right. So you should focus on your modular architecture as well, because in a hackathon, people just start writing code out of nowhere, and later on वो प्रॉब्लम बन जाती है अगर if you want to scale that project in future, वो
हाँ.
बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम बनेगी. और when mentors come to advise you in between the hackathon, वो सबसे पहले मॉड्यूलर आर्किटेक्चर को जज करेंगे, तुम्हारा आर्किटेक्चर कैसा है, हाउ वेल you have written the code, and then you'll also focus on the functionalities of that code. So make sure you focus on modular architecture. It's not a very big task. ठीक है, काफी easy है. You just have to invest a little time between the hackathon. Also use lightweight frameworks, and uh, yeah, and keep testing the model in between. So whatever just make sure whatever you're building is perfect, and don't go for a broad thing like जो तुम बना ही नहीं सकते 24 घंटे के अंदर.
हाँ.
Don't go for that. uh, Instead go for a little thing and make it perfect version, make it the perfect version that no one can reject. That's the only advice regarding this.
Right, right. So you run AI models on the web, right? And I'm sure करने में काफी दिक्कतें तो आती रहती हैं बीच में. So how do you handle those computational challenges of running AI models on the web, especially when you have limited resources?
uh, like AI models. So if you're making your AI model on your own, then there's a lot of problems you're gonna face, like where to run it, where's the server, all right, and there are a lot of problems in that case. But in my case, I was using a API key that was of Google language API key, I guess. I don't remember it properly, but I guess yes, Google language API key. So using that made the project whole easier, like very easy, and it was a very smooth process. Uh, like of course, when you are using an API key, it's just like fetch the data and present it here, right?
Yeah,
So you don't have to focus much about the you know challenges and the scalability or everything.
yeah.
But if you're making the model on your own, there's a lot of things, and that's why I've said that the pre-trained model are more better, and of course, a better option to use if you're creating a project.
Right. So now I want to know which side you're on regarding this next topic. So, what are your thoughts on using server-side AI processing versus client-side AI interference for web applications?
All right, server side and client side. Okay, okay. So I will just go to the server side rendering first.
Yeah.
So I basically prefer server side rendering, but because there are multiple factors, of course, like because the performance gets improved, and
Right.
you have the power to improve the security, and scalability is much higher in that case. But if you are using the client side rendering, there's a lot of problems. Like if the client does not have a good computational compute, it's gonna be a problem in future. And like if you are running a lot of on the client side, it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, that's the problem. But in server side, there's some problems as well, like again data privacy and everything, data security concerns, and you know uh, yeah, like server side rendering is again still the best option, because it's very easier comparatively the client side rendering.
Yeah.
And in a hackathon, you will only focus on the server side rendering because it's always easier. Yeah, I don't have too much us to say about this.
Right, right. Now, how do you optimize AI-driven user experiences to be both functional and intuitive in a web-based environment?
All right. So, um, AI-powered applications are not a very big task to create in the today's time.
Yeah,
So you can easily create them, but the most effective thing you can do in a hackathon when you're creating a AI-powered application is build a good UI. Okay,
right.
so because most of the people there would build an AI-powered application, but उनका फिर ना वही HTML का वो लिखा रहेगा पूरी
हाँ,
वेबसाइट के अंदर, and that does not look good. So add some good css, add some good designing into the whole project और make it look good. ठीक है, अगर तुम्हारा प्रोजेक्ट 10% काम कर रहा है तो 70% उसको डिजाइनिंग से काम करवाना है. ठीक है,
yeah.
that's the thing we had in the team during the hackathon. All right. So yeah, so like उसको ना सबसे पहला एआई पावर्ड एप्लीकेशन के अंदर और मतलब फर्स्ट पेज उसका तुम उसके अंदर मत रखना कि यू आर जस्ट डिस्क्राइबिंग द प्रोजेक्ट कि व्हाट द प्रोजेक्ट इज डूइंग एंड एवरीथिंग. जस्ट कीप इट पॉइंट टू पॉइंट कि प्रॉम्प्ट देना है या फिर क्या करना है सीधा. और मतलब डोंट वेस्ट टाइम ऑन द यूआई जो यूजलेस हो. यूआई को बहुत शॉर्ट रखो और बहुत ब्यूटीफुल रखो एंड दैट वुड लीड टू अ ग्रेट सक्सेस इन द हैकाथॉन इटसेल्फ.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. I think every participant should keep these points in their minds. Now,
यस.
AI जब हम लोग integrate करते हैं किसी भी चीज़ में, I think one of the major concerns is the issue of security. कि how much information are you giving to the AI about yourself and your surroundings? So I think everyone is being more and more aware of this issue as the days go by. So, what security concerns arise while you are implementing AI into web applications, and how do you manage to mitigate these issues?
Okay, so when implementing AI in a web application, it's a lot easier right now, as I just said. But the security concerns arises when we are sending our data to a server outside wherever the server is,
Yeah,
right? So that's a main data privacy concern in my scenario. But also there is bias in AI, like AI bias and everything.
yeah, of
That
course.
also comes in the point, and sometimes model poisoning is also there, and there are a lot of security concerns. But the best way to mitigate this in the hackathon is to ignore them. All right, like you don't have to focus a lot into the security part while you are building just MVP, like just MVP that basically has to do with your prompt or something. I'm not just saying about AI powered application,
Yeah.
but any application uh, that just has to do with a little UI and UX. So uske andar you don't have to focus a lot much about the security concerns. But yes, when you are building a real-time web application that uses AI, so us time par you have to face a lot of security concerns, and you have to overcome them, like data privacy, AIs, and everything that I just told. And there are a lot more security concerns right now, and they keep increasing. They'll keep increasing because they're the more people will use AI, the more concerns security will arise.
या ऑफ कोर्स एंड आजकल हम लोग जब भी किसी टेक्नोलॉजी की बात करते हैं यू नो इंटीग्रेटिंग एआई इनटू दैट टेक्नोलॉजी इज द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स टू माइंड राइट एंड आजकल तो पूरा फोकस उसी चीज़ पे है कि विल एआई टेक ओवर आवर जॉब्स तो मैं एक्चुअली आपसे ये चीज़ इस चीज़ को लेके भी बात करना चाहता हूँ कि व्हाट इज़ योर टेक ऑन दिस सब्जेक्ट कि will AI take over our jobs in the future? What do you think about it?
I think AI will do take the jobs of those who are not doing doing the necessary right now and today. Like they're not up to date, they are not any learning new things right now. They will get. they will eventually get replaced by AI, and it's started happening too. Like freelancers are losing their
Yeah.
freelancing work because like earlier there were so many gigs of e-commerce website, but if you look into the Fiverr and everything right now, you'll not see any e-commerce or everything gig, because Shopify came into the market and
Yeah.
got all those e-commerce customers. So
Yeah.
yes, AI will eat those jobs, like in web development especially. uh, like those front end creators, like just create front end, small front ends, and they charge a very high pay for that.
Yeah.
So they won't sustain in the next 2 3 years in my POV. Like AI can do that easily, and you must have looked into the BO and many Bolt and everything. They are just doing much remarkable work than any
Yeah.
first year or second year graduate undergrad. So yeah,
And
they will.
also, I want to know from you, Ki, how do you see uh, how do you see AI's role in the evolution of web dev, full stack development in the future? How do you see AI's role in this scenario?
Okay, so AI is playing a crucial role currently, according to me, because earlier when I used to create web applications, it took me a lot of time to focus on
Yeah,
the designing part and the things that I should not be focusing on. I should be focusing on the functionality. I should be focusing on new ideas, creating new things. So that thing has been covered up with using AI in
yeah,
my POV again. Like I just give it a prompt, give a little prompt about कि भाई ऐसे ऐसे करके थोड़ी सी एस एस बना दे रिगार्डिंग दिस,
uh,
ठीक है? तो इट जस्ट गिव्स मी अ क्विक प्रॉम्प्ट, ठीक है?
yeah,
तो क्विक रिस्पॉन्स. सो दैट वे AI is helping a lot in the web development field, but also it is taking jobs of many
yeah.
if the, in this case. But again, uh, uh, with AI, if you are using AI to the higher potential and you're not losing your potential with that, AI will do the best and you will do the best as well.
Right. Now, I agree with your points, and I think there you have a fair point of view. Yeah. So
Yes. Thank you. Thank God.
now, now you've been a part of multiple hackathons, and you also have your own startup, right? So, can you share a success story of your own where an AI powered feature made a significant impact on a hackathon or a startup project?
Okay. Uh, Let me recall. Okay. So there's one of my friend created a project
Yeah,
named Tech Career,
yeah,
that basically processes, basically has a new way of thinking in the hiring field of in India, like revolutionizing the hiring field.
yeah,
Because currently when you look into the job applications form, you're just being told that कि भाई ये PDF है इस resume की, इसको upload करो और ATS से इसको score करो,
yeah,
right? So that way 70 to 80% of the candidates who have a higher potential but not a good ATS are being rejected, right? So that tech career project actually basically made so many people, uh, gave a chance to so many people, like
yeah,
process the whole application through AI, like what the potential this person has and everything,
yeah,
and then rejected and accepted the application. So I guess it had impact in the hackathons and startup as well as the hiring industry. So a very amazing project, and a shout out to Harsh as well if he is watching this stream.
yeah. So that was a very good project that you shared with us. So
Mhm.
now, while you deploy AI-driven web applications, I'm sure you had to struggle a lot while you were beginning initially. So I want to know from you, Q, what are some of the best practices for deploying AI driven web applications efficiently. Why? And I specifically want this as an advice to all those beginners in the full stack field.
राइट सो देखो भाई एआई प्रोजेक्ट्स को बनाना इज नॉट अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क राइट नाउ अभी के हिसाब से ठीक है तो यू कैन जस्ट गेट अ गुड एपीआई और उसको इंटीग्रेट कर दो एंड दे कैन बी कॉल्ड एज एआई प्रोजेक्ट बट नॉट अ पर्टिकुलर गुड exact AI project that
Yeah,
uses a model of its own
yeah,
again right so if you're creating it in a hackathon डू यूज प्री ट्रेन मॉडल्स सो उसके अंदर चैलेंजेस आएंगे बहुत सारे आएंगे ठीक है यू हैव टू फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल look what your project needs and look what the API that you are getting can provide you ठीक है
yeah,
so अगर इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत ज्यादा वाइड होती है बिकॉज LLMs के पास pass the whole information through schemas and get the desired results ठीक है
yeah,
so there is gonna be a lot of work ठीक if you are creating an AI project, but it's not that difficult that you cannot create that. Just give it a try about how you can pass the whole, big data set into a schema and get our desired results.
right.
That way, you can basically efficiently build an AI application. And when you are in in a healthcare application, उसके अंदर ऊपर कोई AI prompt या फिर AI description आ रही है तो उसको हेल्थ केयर से रिलेटेड रखना पड़ेगा उसके लिए यू हैव टू पास इट टू द स्कीमर वहां पर कोई डांस से रिलेटेड कुछ नहीं आना चाहिए राइट सो यू हैव टू पास इट थ्रू द स्कीमर्स एंड गेट द रिजल्ट्स और यही मतलब सबसे बड़ी एडवाइस है बिकॉज आई हैव सीन मेनी पीपल जस्ट गेट द एपीआई की और उसको ही सीधा मतलब इंटीग्रेट कर देते हैं और फिर प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर बड़े मतलब एकदम आउट ऑफ द कंटेक्स्ट बातें आती है तो दैट डज नॉट लुक गुड और अगर एक बार भी जजेस के सामने आई तो हो गया भाई फिर तो है ना सो
Yeah.
यस
ना रियल टाइम डेटा प्रोसेसिंग में काफ़ी टाइम बहुत लोगों को दिक्कत आती है कि दे कांट प्रॉपरली हैंडल दैट डेटा और हैंडल सच अ बिग अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा. So how do you handle these real-time data processing things in the AI-powered web apps that you develop?
आई गेस I have, answered this question. The previous question is that, but like, let me tell you, like real-time data applications processing in a AI-powered web app, right? So you are getting an API key, right?
Yeah,
So API key को अगर आप ले रहे हो उसके बाद schema से pass कर रहे हो तो then there is a not much problem that you have to face when you are processing that whole application and the data set. So yes, I guess that's not a very big task. अब
right.
मतलब अगर if you have followed that previous advice.
Yeah,
Right.
right. So I want to know ki, what role do you think MERN stack development plays in enhancing AI-powered solutions?
All right. So my project was using React and TypeScript, and I actually loved it because my project was using lightweight frameworks as React is.
Yeah,
Okay. So basically, merge stack is a lot is the best thing you can do with AI
yeah,
powered applications. I'm not against mean or something any other stack, but
yeah,
merge stack is lightweight as well as it you know gets very easily connected with AI applications and API keys that you will not feel it I would
yeah,
say but yeah because merge stack applications are Mun is getting regular updates and everything,
yeah.
and it's already very updated. And I guess it's a very good thing to use Mun stack with that. Yeah, power.
राइट सो जब हम लोग AI powered web apps को लेके काम करते हैं a lot of times a lot of people think a lot of things which are actually not true, which are actually kind of myths about this field. So I want to know ki, what do you think that what are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about building AI powered solutions?
Yes, I was waiting for this question. Like as a question like I would have created this question on my own.
Yeah,
ठीक है? तो देखो, many people just fear out that creating an AI application is gonna be very difficult. So first of all, उस fear से बाहर निकलो, ठीक है? Because AI applications are getting so easier to create these days.
yeah,
वो वैसे ही हैं जैसे तुम एक क्लॉक बना रहे हो, वेब क्लॉक बना रहे हो जो कि कहीं और से डेटा टाइम फेच कर रही हो, ऐसा ही
yeah,
कुछ समझ लो, ठीक है? एज इजी एग्जांपल एज आई कुड गिव यू. सो इट्स वेरी इजी टू क्रिएट दीज डेज. और उसके अंदर एक और मिसकंसेप्शन ये है कि लोगों को लगता है कि एपीआई कीज को गैदर करने के अलावा कोई और ऑप्शन है नहीं हमारे पास, ठीक है? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. यू कैन क्रिएट मॉडल्स ऑन योर ओन. मॉडल्स बनाना इतना मुश्किल काम नहीं होता, ठीक है? इतना इजी भी नहीं है,
yeah,
बट यू हैव टू गैदर द एग्जैक्ट रिसोर्सेज. तुम्हें एक पर्टिकुलर वो चाहिए होगा, सर्वर चाहिए होगा, काफी चीजों की नीड होती है. अगर वो सब है, एक्सपर्टीज है, तो यू कैन क्रिएट द एआई मॉडल. काफी सारे वेज हैं ये पावर्ड एप्लीकेशंस को बनाने के लिए. देयर इज नॉट अ सिंगल एपीआई वे.
yeah.
और काफी लोग इसे ट्रोल भी करते हैं कि भाई एआई पावर्ड एप्लीकेशन सिर्फ एपीआई की ही तो है. सो ऐसा नहीं होता है, ठीक है? सो yeah, that was the biggest misconception I wanted to clear. Yeah.
राइट, तो एआई के फील्ड में डेवलपमेंट बहुत तेजी से हो रहा है, राइट? इट्स
बहुत ही.
इट्स बिन लाइक इट्स ऑलमोस्ट एवरी सिंगल डे दैट वी गेट अ न्यूज़ कि एआई ने ये कर दिया, एआई ने वो कर दिया, एआई ने ये जनरेट कर दिया, वो कर दिया. So, how do you see AI transforming web development in the next, say, 5 to 10 years? And what skills should the developers who are beginning to get into full stack now should have when they really go out into their lives and choose their career?
Okay. I guess I cannot answer this question very well, but I'll just keep my POV here.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm not that much expert to answer this 5 to 10 year wala question. Okay, so but still, अगर AI, you have seen AI growth in the past 2 years. ठीक है, 2023, 2025, amazing, amazing growth, right? So
yeah,
you have to keep yourself up to dated
yeah,
with the whole applications and AI going around. And I would say full stack development has a future, but I guess if you are just choosing your career, you should be moving towards data scientist field or data analytics वगैरह, क्योंकि वहाँ पे स्कोप ज़्यादा है. और अगर if you are able to do data analytics वगैरह thing, so you will be able to do full stack development.
yeah.
It's very easy comparatively to data analytics. So I would just say कि uh, critical thinking को improve करो, ठीक है? और you know, live what a human should live. Just don't be a machine. And yes, like you should be learning new skills every day. You should be upskilling yourself every day because AI is doing so. And to stand out in the market in the next 5 to 10 years, you have to be very amazing in every
Yeah.
field because AI is gonna take over in multiple basic field at least. Right.
Right. So one last little point that I would like to add is that you have been a part of our hackathon AceHack 3.0, and I'm sure you had a good time here. So I want you to give some advice for the upcoming participants who are going to come for 4.0, and कि how can they really enjoy the hackathon when they come here. मैं बस project building के perspective से नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. I'm talking about everything our hackathon has to offer. How can they enjoy themselves completely in the hackathon and just have the best hackathon experience?
Okay. So first of all, AceHack team is amazing. ठीक है?
Thank you.
I had a very good experience last year, and I've been to multiple hackathons, but AceHack was still my one of the best hackathons. और मैं प्रेशर में नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. It's literally one of the best hackathon. When you will go there, you will just experience the whole vibe and everything. So you will start enjoying from the day hour one. Okay, hour one. All right. So I traveled from Delhi to Jaipur,
Yeah.
and so in Jaipur as well, they had good function. From they were taking us from bus stand to the college itself. It was like almost like 15 to 20 kilometers, if I'm not wrong. That bus travel was first a very good moment. ठीक है, वहाँ पे बहुत बातें करी थी, वहाँ पे बहुत मजे करे थे। तो वहाँ पे आने से पहले ही एकदम मतलब फुल वाइब सेट हो गई थी हैकाथॉन के अंदर। ठीक है कि अब हैकाथॉन के अंदर करना क्या है तो पता नहीं है, बट वाइब सेट हो रखी है। तो राइट, तो हैकाथॉन के अंदर काफी सारे फन गेम्स थे, फन जोन्स थी, और यू नो ब्रेक्स भी बहुत अच्छे मिल रहे थे, और द गाइज वर डूइंग वेरी वेल। ठीक है, और टीम बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्डिंग थी, हर जगह टीम थी। मतलब क्वेश्चन आता था दिमाग में कि पूछना है भाई, किसी से पूछते हैं, और भाई इधर देखा टीम मेंबर है। तो वेरी अमेजिंग एक्सपीरियंस एट द AceHack 3.0, और I guess this year it's gonna be more big and more exciting for everybody participating. And सबसे हैकाथॉन के अंदर सिर्फ प्रोजेक्ट बिल्डिंग के अंदर मत लग जाना। ठीक है, गैदर अ गुड टीम, उसके साथ जाओ और उनके साथ बहुत तगड़ी मेमोरीज बना लो, बिकॉज यू विल बी स्पेंडिंग योर 24 आवर्स देयर, एंड इन 24 आवर्स काफी कुछ कर सकते हो। डोंट जस्ट बिल्ड प्रोजेक्ट, और मजे भी लो, और ऐसा भी नहीं कि सिर्फ मजे लो और प्रोजेक्ट मत बनाओ। ठीक है, यू आर देयर टू मेक बिल्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स। ठीक है, so yes, that's what I would like to say, or uh, make sure to enjoy.
Yeah, of course. And I would also like to say that the last time you saw me, I was up on the stage, and this time I'm hosting you on Google Meet, which is way more personal. And I really enjoyed talking to you. And I just want to thank you for taking your time and talking with us and sharing your experience about ASAC 3.0 and your entire career and journey that has been so far. I hope you had a good time.
Yes, I had a good time. Thank you so much, team, for inviting me, and thank you so much, Biraj, and everyone involved for inviting and hosting this Hacker TV and ASAC 4.0. And yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for watching this episode of Hacker TV. We will see you on the next one. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected, and keep hacking.